Hi guys and welcome to my official review of the Palace versus Arsenal match. The first match of the Premier League season. It's just finished. Wow, what a fucking game. It had me on my edge of the seat. Had me on the edge of the seat. Right at the end, as you can see, goal scorers were Gabriel Martinelli and an own goal from Mark Guehi. Although, really, well, Saka's assist there. So yeah, first, I'm going to talk about the lineup. I think we lined up perfectly today. This is what I wanted to see. You've got Odegaard, who, you know, is controlling the park. It's lovely to see the link up here between Jesus, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka. Our front line looks incredible. Xhaka and Thomas Partey, call him Thomas. They were rock solid, and the back four, a little bit shaky in the second half, but my man of the match for me was William Saliba. He played so well. He didn't put one foot in wrong. He was our best player by miles, and he was just incredible, to be honest. And just someone that they could have scored one or two if it weren't for Saliba alone. I don't want to talk about Ramsdale briefly because in the first half, little bit, but he pulled it back. He pulled it back, to be honest. And he made some incredible saves in the end. Gabriel, no complaints there. Zinchenko, what I liked about Zinchenko was his role with Xhaka. If Zinchenko pushed forward to midfield, Xhaka would drop back into left back, and it was really fluid system where again, if Zinchenko would push on attack, White, Saliba, and Gabriel would form a back three, and it's great to see. Arteta's got it completely right tactically. If I can complain about one thing with the tactics with Arteta was you have 5 subs in the Premier League and it took you till the 85th minute to make your first sub. 2 subs actually, and I just didn't really get it. And Ketia, when he came on for the 5 minutes, he looked very strong. Saka had quite a good game. He was very threatening. Overall we were incredible, and we are top of the league. So as you can see, fucking hell, what's that about? I was going to say, we dominated the game, but according to, that is probably because of the second half we sat back. But in the first half, they didn't have a shot until the 42nd minute. But as you can see, they actually ended up with more possession. But, Jules won, we had higher. That's it's typical case. We went one. It's typical case of Arsenal where you go 1-0 up and we sit back for the second half, which we tried to score in the first 20 minutes of the second half, and then we were like, oh, we're not getting that goal, we'll sit back, and I didn't like that, but we got that goal eventually. Trying to think if there's anything else I can show you. Yeah, well, typical Granit Xhaka, first booking of the season. To be honest, I'm not surprised. Although I will say, the referee in this match, what was going on? He booked Xhaka for diving, and then Eze's done the same thing in the box later on in the match, and he just didn't even mention it. I didn't really get that. Klein deserved his yellow card. I think Ben White deserved his yellow card. The other player we brought on was Tierney, and Tierney, he looked like his old self, to be honest. He was very good. I won't talk about Lokonga because, as you see, he got about 1 minute in. I to be honest, I don't really know what was going on with the referee today. And the Palace fans, Jesus Christ, they were crap. First half, we couldn't hear them, and in the second half, even in the first half, every single thing was a penalty for them. I admit that maybe the Gabriel incident in the first half you could argue as a penalty, but to be honest, VAR looked at it and they said no. So you can't really argue with it because was his arm in an unnatural position? Not really, and he didn't really impact the play a lot. And then the Ben White one where he's kind of blocked it and it's gone up into his arm, that's not his fault. There's a couple handball claims and fouls but literally barely any of them went to VAR because the referee was good when it came to not listening to fucking Palace fans waffling. about, oh, it's a pen, wankers. But he was also just really inconsistent with some decisions. But you get what you get. 2-0 at the end of the day. Very happy with the result. I was watching us play in that first half. Honestly, probably the best Arsenal play I've seen in my lifetime since Ozil and Sanchez. It really felt like it. Odegaard for me is. I don't think we could have bought a better player for that cam spot. I really don't. I'll talk about Palace quickly because in the second half they looked very strong. Eze especially, although fuck me, he should have scored and he shot it right at Ramsdale. Don't know what that was about. Decore looked very impressive, so props to him. Guehi scored an own goal. It's a bit sloppy, but it's not really his fault. Mitchell was, even though Saka had a good game, I think Mitchell was really good at taming Saka, keeping him to not have that much of an impact. But in the end, it didn't really matter. Zaha was very threatening. See, this is the thing with Ben White at right back. He couldn't really. He could. Oh, fucking hell. He could. He kept up with Zaha for a lot of it, but you could just see that Zaha was just about a better football player and was going to creep through. And eventually, in the second half, it caught up to him. And Zaha was, he was getting the ball every 2 seconds. And there was a couple of just through balls that we really need to be looking out for. But yeah, Palace, I thought they played very well in the second half. I think it's unfortunate they didn't score, but I think we definitely deserve to win. And to be honest, I think it's unfortunate it's only 2-0. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the match. Again, I can't praise Saliba enough. I'm so happy to have him at Arsenal. He is so good. He was just incredible on the ball. You're never nervous when he's on the ball. He's playing it out and he's just playing as our best player. Even Gabriel and just the link up play with these four here, and even Zinchenko and White, they just played it out, and you're never shaky. The only complaint about sometimes there's a couple of times where they just didn't boot it when I think it would have just been better to boot it because Palace were pressing and pressing and pressing. Eventually, they just won the ball. But we did great to recover. Saliba was just honestly, he will be. He's top 5. He will be top 5 centre backs in the league. I think come the end of the season, maybe even top 3. He's that good. And if we can put performances in like this every game, then we could easily get a top 4 finish, which is what we're aiming for, right? But it was so good to see Jesus starting. It's unfortunate he didn't score, and Martinelli oh my god. The way Jesus was dribbling past players, that first chance that Martinelli had, Jesus dribbled past, he's megged someone, he's dribbled past about 3 other Palace players, and then Martinelli gets the ball, and he's just, I don't know what he's doing. He has it first time, and it's a bit unfortunate, but at the same time, if you're a Premier League player, you have to score on chances like that. There was shades of old Arsenal, but it looks like we're getting away from it. And I kept thinking to myself with Ben White as well. You could see he was adapting to his position, and he's very good at what he does. But you could see every game he gets better and better, and he's still not at his best, I think. But I think it's good. We haven't wasted 50 million, I don't think. But yeah, the whole squad today, the link-up play was great. I really enjoyed watching the game, which is something I can't say for half the matches last season. I really enjoyed it. It was very nerve-wracking when we were 1-0 up in the second half and Palace really looked like they were going to score. But at the end of the day, you just want to enjoy the football match and you want your team to win, and that's exactly what happened. So, well done for Palace. They put in a great effort, but Arsenal are massive. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the match. We are top of the league, which is great. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, in a bit.